pakali panopo, we cannot just buy the battery. Because my battery, I mean, kumewapanga ko adasiya, nzakalekale. Now they have to revamp the whole system. Aina kusinta system, waya onse mudege muje. And when that also was presented, it looked like the money was just too much. And these are the recommendations that were made by most of the reports that mugule maroketa. And the government is aware of that. But up to now, we haven't been assisted. So it is in Okala whenever the government will be ready to fund us. So that is the biggest issue. Panopo and the Forex. There are a lot of outstanding payments with Reserve Bank. Tigure zida Forex kulibe, tigure easy Forex kulibe. So basi, just be sitting here like a sitting duck. If anything happens, zango pempera kwa Mungu. Thank you.
General mini manena kumavedoa andibasankawa sonza kuti moyo wathu wa Malawi uli pa chiopsezo ku nkhani ya chitetezo cha dziko lino kuti equipment sakugulidwa amene mumafunira ngatsimikizira chana Malawi kuti manena statement mwina ina akhoza kukhala ndi nkhawa
ziko mukwambiri inuyo security yanu ndiyo okwanirako basi zida zoti teteza toka zilipo zokwanira komano masiku ano. What I'm trying to say is technology is changing. Zida zimeti nazo ife ndizakale. We want to modernize our armies as well, like the rest of the world are doing. So that's where this is coming in. Kuti D2 we need modern equipment. Not futizago godira zakale. Let's get away to that and get away with that and then current is that even if we have threats from outside, we'll be able to defend ourselves. People can defend yourself, but I don't know up to when. Yeah? We can defend, but up to when? Because because we are not replenishing. For the security of the country, we are good, we are okay. Komabe, we need to add. We need to add our equipment. We need to add our ammunition. We need to add our rifles. So these are the things I'm saying. Most of the time, funding Paribe Forex Paribe. And I remember, I think 2-3 months ago, I was subpoenaed by, what do you call this committee? Defense and Security Committee. There, I actually told the committee everything, our problems. And I don't know whether some of the members are here. But I had elaborated, and they had vowed to go to Parliament and lobby for us. This coming funding. But what have we received? The same amount. Are we progressing? I don't know.
Zomba City South.
Ziko mwambiri jeno. Ineso ndiamikire kuti mwakhala very candid kuyankhula zona zake. I will engage in English, Chairperson. Maybe the first question you might have answered it already, partly, because I wanted to ask, is it possible that recommendations that you make as Defense Council may not be acted upon by those who are supposed to act upon those recommendations from the Defense Council? So you might have answered it partly, but if it pleases you, you can still proceed and answer that question. Chairperson, the next question relates to search and rescue operations on page, you don't have pages, but I think bullet 9. I just want to learn from General, who leads search and rescue operations when the machines are military in nature. They are machines. Who leads the search and rescue operations? Next, on the same page, point 10, I think the Zakasina did ask this already, but I just wanted you to confirm that although you asked the Malawi Armed Forces Commander for guidance on the aircrafts, he still delegated functions, and the General is still, in this case, the Chief of the Defense Force is still responsible for making a decision about the airworthiness of a particular flight or craft that we have had out. is delegated to the Malawi Armed Forces commander, but you still bear the consequences of the decision that you make after being advised by the MAF commander. I just wanted also to confirm that. Chairperson, moving to number 11, there were issues of weather and time constraints. I think the weather issue has been tackled by, Mwanza Central? But can you speak on the time constraints? What do you mean that you consider time constraints? Please clarify what you mean what you mean by that. Next question is, can I proceed, Commander? Thank you. Someone might have asked it, but I didn't get your response properly. Yeah? Do you sometimes talk to pilots when they're airborne and give them instructions on what to do? Someone, I think, asked something similar, but I didn't get it clearly. Do you, as MDF commander, or anyone under you, talk to pilots who are airborne to give them instructions on what to do? I think it was Zomba Tondwe, which asked something similar. Finally, Chair, this one might be sensitive, but you can still answer if you want. The MDF, we believe that's where the security is. Nobody can just walk in there and do whatever they want. But is it possible that your equipment, e.g. the aircrafts, can be accessed by someone from outside technically? Is it possible that your equipment, especially the aircrafts, can be accessed by anyone from outside? Whether technically, is it possible that this can happen? I submit, Chair.
Thank you very much, Chair. I'm trying to organize the answers. Is it possible for MDF to, is it possible for people to access our equipment? When the equipment is in the barracks, it's not accessible.
Komano zikakauliza uluka zilipojeni. I'll give you a good example of the two aircrafts that we have in Blantyre. They are called MA600. Those ones, this is Saru barracks, packed to hangar ya civil aviation. So I think only those people that are around there, they can access it. Not the military, but you know, the security forces around there, immigration, police, chan, but not anybody can just go there because there's security. So maybe you can only access the mina ikatulatu maybe atenga VVIP nje mufuna mukapa na ndirepa komo chabwino. That way you can get near, but it's not allowed for you to go in the barracks and go out here tufuna tuone ndege za tufuna tuone ndege. So ikaenda ndege ija kuti mwina yanyamula anthu ndi yakatera ku, for example, kunzuzu akatsikamo amapilot aja pali agadi masentry zathu amene amagona pompacha kulondera ndege imene kulikonse kumene mapita ndege imene. They are there guarding that aircraft mpaka so mapilot atani abwerere the next day. When you talk about, do we talk to the pilots? As a commander, I don't talk to the pilot. I don't know whether my predecessor was doing that, but I don't talk to the pilot because the pilots, the Air Force, I mean, I'm now, I've been a civil aviation. Communication, if there's anything, then the Air Force commander will report to me, but I don't talk directly to the pilots. You know, I'm a current code which I watch out one citizens under the Air Force because they are trained to do that. So as a commander, I get feedback from the Air Force commander, and I think the Air Force commander, I think you have, you'll be seeing him very soon. I think he can clarify most of these things. In area, who reads search and rescue? Obviously, if it's a big operation and we're using military machinery, obviously it's the military that reads search and rescue operations, obviously. The other one was time frame constraint, something like that. You know, sometimes somebody can say, ndege pano. when the aircraft at that particular moment it's not ready. You know, these aircrafts, they configure them. Suta ama zisunta ngati moja kuika mipando ya VIP kupanga chani ainyamula maliro kusunta chan. So if we just get a call, ndikufuna ndege pakuti sometimes because of the time constraint we cannot afford it which, and then they have to wait until our aircraft is ready. Not sure, I think it's air worthiness. Again, as I've said before, we get the report from the Air Force about the airworthiness. I don't think it is prudent for me to intervene. I'm not an expert in that, but them are the ones that can advise me whether they can take that flight or not. If they take the flight, we assume that everything is okay. So on that part, I don't check the airworthiness. I depend on the Air Force commander and his crew.
Chair, can I clarify that one? I'll read. My main responsibility is to ensure that the platform being had is airworthy. You mean you as a chief, as a CDF? So that's what I was asking. It's still your responsibility, isn't it? But you get guidance from the MF commander.
Exactly. It is my responsibility, but I don't physically do that. I get advice from the force, the Air Force commander, but it is my responsibility because if anything happens, I'll be answerable to that, not the Air Force commander. Thank you.
Nkandilo North and
then timalizane ndi Nchewu Nzonzi Vai and then Mulanje.
My main members. So my question is, it has been discovered that CVR and the ELT, you as a CDF, if you were there, would you allow this machine to move the VVIP without these equipment in it? Secondly, is you said qualified crew members. When I was reading the previous report, it was suggested that the crew members were not well qualified. Would you please tell this committee what were the criteria or criteria of having a pilot to drive that machine, especially down here? Thank you.
Thank you very much. I think your first question was about the black box and the ERT. Why did we let that aircraft fly without this equipment inside?
Yes, and it's carrying VVIP. Thank you.
First of all, let me clarify here that military aircrafts don't have a black box. I think this has been repeated now and again. They do not. According to Chicago Convention 1944, it's only mandatory. When you buy an aircraft and you want to put a black box, it's mandatory. That I never take and at an extra cost. But military aircrafts, they don't have. There are reasons why they did that. If they retrieve the black box, it means all the information, all your plans, as it's you. So they don't put that equipment. Instead, they put the ELT, which is, I think, emergency locator transmitter. In that aircraft, the ELT was not working since 2004, as somebody has mentioned it. And the Vice President has been was using that platform like that on all his trips. Nobody raised the question that why there's no, why is there, no. People are raising that because something has happened now. But during that period, the VVIP had been using it, and all of us, we use it without the ELT. What the ELT does is, when something happens, let's say an aircraft has crashed, it emits a signal. That's all it does. But it doesn't record any voices. It just emits a bit. So in towers, they can locate that the aircraft has, crashed somewhere on this location because of that signal. That's what it does. For the black box, I've said that it doesn't have. For the qualified pilots, according to the records that I have, all the crew members were qualified. They were experienced and they both earned the stripes of commercial pilot licenses and military licenses issued by the South African Civil Aviation Authority and the Malawi Air Force, respectively. Their competence and compatibility was unparalleled. Prior to the crash, the pilot's most recent landing was at Mzuzu Airport on 30 April 2024 and on 9th June 2024, one day prior to the air crash. So to say that they were not, they have got the hours here. If you want me to go on, they have got how many hours they have done. The other one 2,000 something, the other one 700. So they were qualified, and those pilots were trained on that machine. But you know, when something happens, it just happens. Even Garimoto, a qualified driver can make an accident. So what I'm saying is that the pilots were really qualified for the job. And it was not the first time to take VVIP. It was not.
Chair, supplementary to this answer.
Yeah, General Sambe Bianca Mafuso, General Minagubera.
It's the same one, Chair.
General Sanari, General Sanari Banch, Sanari, it was not the current one.
Absolutely.
The Kabanga exhaust my questions, and then and the goody to Wuzira Mayanko, Paminagubera. Kanya, out of Korogozere, generally. In the main band military, my clarification said, I think focus a caliber minimum. The capital 1 billion, they would the Kango to Bankers preempt is in Antizina. So the morning I did touch as 1 billion there, General. Unless I got my specific areas, I mean, move on a clarity.
Yes, Chair.
The Sabere in Buyo, Safusa Mafosario, and how many Sanadisa in office.
Absolutely, Chair. I had the similar concern, if you allow me. General, I wanted you to probably rephrase your response because in your answering on the requirement for the flight recorders, you're saying that military aircrafts are not fitted with flight recorders.
But we know the Puma, for example, which the former president was using, which is in your custody,
has had flight recorders. But I would rather you confirm that it's probably not mandatory, not that they are not fitted, because it may mislead members in here. I suggest and submit.
That's exactly what I said. It's not mandatory. When we were buying that Puma, we told them that it's going to be used by VVIP, so they should put everything, the black box and everything, because we instructed them to do that. But if you just buy any military plane, it will come without a black box, unless you tell them to put it in. So in this case, we just buy them without putting those black boxes in, for the obvious reasons which I've already mentioned. It's a pity that sometimes those aircrafts are used by civilians. Actually, they are meant to be used by us. There's one that is flying now, and everybody is saying, no, I can't fly in that, I can't fly that. As a commander, I fly in that airport myself. I fly. Take me to Zoba, take me to... I fly, just to show people that these aircrafts are okay. Thank you.
Mulanje.
Thank you, Chair. Just a declaration. The gentleman next to the general, my namesake, is a fellow professional lawyer, and we know each other in several other circles. Thank you. So I've got a number of questions, general questions, really. The first question borders on the duty of oversight in your office. How important is it for a commander to maintain continuous awareness of the operational readiness, maintenance status, and safety condition of strategic military assets such as aircraft that is used to transport state officials. That's first one. As a follow-up is that would it be acceptable for serious deficiencies affecting such assets to exist without the commander being aware of them? That's one. The second one, it borders on the preparedness standards. General, from a military perspective, what systems and safeguards should be in place to ensure that aircraft carrying senior national leaders operate under the highest possible safety standards? As a sub follow-up to that one is what risks arise when those safeguards are not rigorously monitored and enforced? The third is on crisis leadership. When a military aircraft carrying senior government officials loses communication unexpectedly, what would ordinarily be expected of the commander of defense force during the first critical hours? As a sub to that, what distinguishes an effective command response from an ineffective one in such circumstances? And another one is on accountability of a commander. General, would you agree that a commander is responsible not only for his own actions, but also ensuring that subordinate commanders, operational units, and support systems are functioning effectively? Follow up to this, if multiple failures emerge across different parts of an organization, does that usually indicate isolated mistakes or broader weaknesses in command and oversight? I think I should stop there. Thank you, Chair.
General.
Thank you very much. I think most of the questions, they seem to be related. So I will just answer generally, the ones that I can remember. Is the commander aware of everything that is happening in the, let's say, the services? As an overall boss, yes. The commander is supposed to know everything. I already said that we have got 4 services and unified command, which is the Army headquarters, and which I am the commander. So all these reports, they come to my office from all the services. So yes, I am aware of what is happening in the services. The other one was, is it a system possible standard? What happens when an incident happens? As a commander, what do you do? Well, I can't say, because there will be different incidents. So you also react differently. So I can't just pinpoint that as a commander I would do this. It depends on what incident. So because you didn't clarify which incident, so that will depend. At that particular moment, a decision will be made. The first one, the other one is commander responsible for, is it functioning effective, whatever it is. Yes, the commander is responsible, if that is what you are looking for. As oversight, Do you get reports from you? That's what I've already answered. As an oversight, we get reports through meetings, inspections, and reports, and then we sit down to decide a way forward. All these things I'm talking about today, they hinge on resources. We discuss, but if there are no resources, we'll keep on repeating these things every time. The recommendations of the three I think reports that were produced, most of them recommended that these aircrafts should be equipped with the necessary equipment. But the problem with us, we are good at making good presentations, but implementation is poor. According to the reports up to now, we haven't done anything, because when we told the necessary people who fund us, no, it's not a priority right now. So next time we have a commission like this, we'll still be repeating the same thing. You ask us, but during that presentation, we said we should do this. As long as we're not funded, it's difficult. We can't do anything. We just have to wait. We don't make our own money. We have to depend on government. So this is the situation right now. Thank you very much.
Ndikhulupirira mafunso ambiri ayankidwa. Tiyende chithunzithunzi chokwanira. Cheno funso lomalizira. Ndi ngozi imene inachitikabo inu mwaphunzirapo chani? Ndipo chimene mwachita mutalowa mu office ndi chani kuti zinthu zisinthe? Zikomo kwambiri.
Zikomo kwambiri chair. Kuphunzira taphunzira zambiri. Mwina menanena mucha kuti kaganizidwe kamasiyana. Mwina I could have acted differently. Komano, if there were mistakes made in years mezonazoona, ndikuona kuti if anything like that happens again, I can do it differently. Ndiye kuphunzira zophunzira ndi zambiri. Ina chinacha kuphunzira zambiri. The other part of the question, if you can repeat.
Mwachirapo chani kuti mupange improve ma standards ndi zina kuyang'anira ma report amene anabwera osiyana.
Zochitazo ndezilipo zambiri, and it's not only pankhani ya ngozi ya ndege, koma zochita ndi zambiri. Apopo according to my recommendations ama report, tinayenera ndithu kupanga maintain my aircraft athu tiike zofunikira. Komanso mwenera muja kuti tikufuna tipange modernize ame yathu. So zambiri tikuchita zambiri, koma most of the times tikazipereka kufunikirako mapeza ngati kuti kuli block kuti izimene zidikianikai. You know, an army is a very expensive thing. If you want to have an army, you have to, cough money. Otherwise, army mukangoisirira chonchi. Mapeto ake kenako, I don't know. I don't want to mention it here. Koma, that is what we are. Maybe my last plea is maybe just to ask kwa pempa fellow my parliamentarians, lumukapita ku parliament kumeneko, please lobby for us in terms of funding. Please tandizeni. If we depend on you people, if you don't voice out these concerns, definitely your military will remain the way it is. It's stagnant right now. We can't do anything in terms of purchases of equipment. So help us. This is your army. It's the only army. Satengere kuti because there's peace in the country, so the army is irrelevant. No. Peace is coming because the army is there. Kungoti machitika chinthu kuno pa. Mbenda ndama zimaswazi kutuluka siku lomwe. Siku lomwe pakacha kuti ndama zimene zinali kuti. I rest my case.
Cheno ndathokoza kwambiri. Sinuziwa ngati anali maono malizira amene wawo. Analomalizira.
Ndangophatikisa.
Komando ma MP wa musamaderere. Musamayang'anire pansi. Ali ndi mphamvu mwayitirane asabwere kumalo kumene kuli kosaloleda kulowako kuchipindako ku barracks. Ndemu zaonesa ngasi mmalesa mukaonese kutaona nimene zilili tithandizeni akumenyerani nkhondo amene wa. Mafuna ndikuuzereni mayankho.
Ayo zamveka zimene zamveka. Thank you so much.
Komanso ndikuthokozeni Jeno munabwera ndi atirale yabwino. mayankha mafunso onse tikuthokozeni mutha kubwerera bwinobwino tidzukumana pakuti ulendo nkwautali zikomo kwambiri.
Everybody, thank you very much, honorable members. It was a pleasure to interact with you. Thank you very much.
Opportunity. A new story begins now. Times TV. It's about time.